annals of history, illuminating world of global sustainability for generations to come. As a final note, I want to show my gratitude to Madam President for her unwavering leadership and would like to quote Marley Matlin that the earth doesn't belong to us, we belong to us, as there is no planet B. Thank you.
I have objection, Madam President.
Proceed, Arab.
May I proceed in English?
Yes, proceed.
World need peace. Israel must stop bombarding.
As I've said, Israel targeted terrorists where Hamas targeted civilians. I've already stated that Israel has been always in support of peace and reconciliation until and unless we were compelled to act on this horrible terrorism. Thank you.
Yes, Madam President, I am in support of Israel.
Please sit down. I thank the distinguished representative of Israel and now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Brazil.
Good morning, Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the dignitaries present here. It's my pleasure and also a great honor to represent this very important, interesting, as well as very concerned topic, that is sustainable development. Our country held Rio de Janeiro summit in 1992, where 100 heads of states met in Rio de Janeiro for first International Earth Summit in June 1992 to address urgent problems regarding environmental protection and socio-economic development at a global level. Brazil can play a much larger role in this transition, given its natural resources and capabilities. McKinsey has mapped 3 avenues associated with the green economy in which Brazil can take a global leading role: renewable power, bio-based energy and materials, and carbon market also. Together these avenues represent a market of over 125 billion US dollars. They can also deliver numerous other direct and indirect benefits such as socio-economic development, improved water security and biodiversity protection also. At last, I with my good wishes hope to make this agenda successful. Thank you, Madam President, for giving this opportunity.
I thank the distinguished representative of Brazil and now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Germany.
Good afternoon, Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the delegates present here. It's an honor to stand before you today as a representative of Germany, a nation deeply committed to the principles of sustainability and environmental stewardship. Madam President, as we gather here to discuss the vital agenda of sustainable development, I would like to share some aspects of sustainable development that sustainable development brings to the global community, and some points are as follows. Environmental stewardship. Madam President, Germany is committed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, promoting renewable energy sources and protecting its natural resources. Sustainable development aligns with our environmental goals and help combat climate changes. Economic growth. Madam President, sustainable development engages innovation which can boost our economy through clean technologies and green industries. It can also create jobs in sectors like renewable energy and recycling. International cooperation. Madam President, Germany actively participates in global sustainability efforts such as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Supporting sustainable development is way to strengthen our international partnership. Madam President, in conclusion, let us not forget that sustainable development is not just an option. It's our moral imperative and a duty to the generations that will inherit the world we leave behind. As we look to the future, let us be inspired by the progress we have made, but also let it serve as a reminder that the world that lies ahead. Thank you, Madam President.
I thank the distinguished representative of Germany and now give the floor to the distinguished representative of New Zealand.
Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the esteemed delegates present here, a glorious morning to all of you. Today I stand before you as the representative of New Zealand, privileged to address this gathering on a matter of prominent importance that is related to sustainable development goals in my beloved country, New Zealand. In the heart of South Pacific, New Zealand is not just a nation, but it is a home for the world striving for a better future. Our commitment to comprehensive sustainable development goals is unwavering, as we believe it's not only a path to progress, but it is a moral obligation to our people and to the planet we share. Madam President, in New Zealand, our approach is not solely measured by GDP growth, but by ensuring that growth is inclusively benefiting all our citizens. We invest in innovation, renewable energy, and education to provide opportunities that empower our people to adjust in the rapidly changing world. We recognize that prosperity loses its meaning if it does not reach every doorstep. We stand strong in the belief that no one should be left behind. Our commitment is clear, that is education, healthcare and social services, and which must be accessible to all our citizens. We don't view these things as a social services, but we see these as a fundamental human rights. Our pristine landscapes, our lush forests, and our crystal clear waters are not just sources of national pride, but they are our responsibility. However, we don't view these sustainable development goals in isolation. We see them as a part of global endure. Our pledge is to work tirelessly alongside all nations to create a rapidly changing world. We believe in the power of international cooperation and collaboration to address the most complex challenges of our time. In conclusion, I would like to say that we, New Zealand, stand near the international date line, the junction of the direction of the earth. We know in which side the earth should go. Thank you for giving me your precious time.
I thank the distinguished representative of New Zealand and now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Japan.
Excellency, Secretary General, Madam President and all delegates, a very elegant morning to all of you. Thank you, President Madam, for giving me your precious time to present my points on the behalf of glorious island country Japan in the 78th Assembly of UN. We all are gathered here to discuss about a very prominent topic of sustainable development. This is indeed a very good initiative for the world and will help to save our limited resources. But implementing sustainable development in Japan is currently not possible. Excellencies, Madam President, we all know that Japan is a very well-developed country. We have already done several inventions to develop Japan after hazardous effect of World War II, which already destroyed our several resources. We are currently working on several projects and initiatives for future. We are working on total 250 defensive projects, 320 safety projects, 400 architectural projects, and 120 space projects. Madam President, the number of these projects will gradually increase by 2030. We cannot afford any kind of complications in these projects, which can cause a loss of $1 billion in Japan. Excellencies, Madam President, implementing sustainable development and fulfilling its goal can cause severe complications in these ongoing projects. It will take Japan years aback and can cause economic crisis. In Japan, we are already following 7 out of 17 sustainable development goals. But apart from these 7 goals, Japan cannot follow other 10 goals of sustainable development. Excellencies, Madam President, Japan is researching on a new initiative which will be better than sustainable development, an initiative which can implement in every country, whether it is developed, developing or poor. I'll promise the UN Assembly that I'll present a new initiative to this Assembly very soon. Thank you everyone for giving me your precious time.
representative of Japan and now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Egypt.
Sabal Khair, Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the excellencies present over here. I, being a representative of Egypt, stand before you today to speak about the impact of the United Nations Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda on Egypt. It had a significant impact on Egypt. The Egyptian government has adopted the Sustainable Development Goals as its national development framework, as well as it has helped to raise awareness about sustainable development issues in Egypt and has mobilized resources from the international community to support Egypt's development efforts. Madam President, now I would like to talk about some of the specific impacts of the 2030 Agenda on Egypt, which includes a decrease in poverty and inequality. The poverty rate in Egypt has declined from 27.8% in 2015 to 25.4% in 2020. Also, the Gini coefficient, a measure of inequality, has declined from 30.8 in 2015 to 30.1 in 2020. There has been an improved commitment to education and healthcare as well, as the net enrollment rate from primary education in Egypt has increased from 95.4% in 2015 to 97.8% in 2020. Madam President, there has been an increased investment in renewable energy also, as Egypt has installed over 10 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity. However, the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda has also had some negative impacts on Egypt. One of the major negative impacts is that it has led to an increase in government debt. The Egyptian government has borrowed heavily to finance comprehensive and sustainable development projects, which has increased the country's debt to GDP ratio. Madam President, now I'd like to talk about some specific examples of the negative impacts of the 2030 Agenda on Egypt, which comprises the construction of the Osborne High Dam, which has led to a decrease in the amount of sediment that reaches the Nile Delta, which has caused coastal erosion and land degradation. Also, the expansion of agricultural land in the western desert has led to the depletion of groundwater resources and the salinization of soils. Madam President, in conclusion, I'd like to say that the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda has had a mixed impact on Egypt. It has led to a progress in a number of areas such as poverty reduction, education, healthcare and renewable energy. However, it has led to an increase in government debt and corruption as well, and a lack of focus on social justice issues and its potential negative environmental and social impacts. Egypt is committed to the implementation of the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda. In this long-term process, Egypt faces a number of problems such as growing population, water scarcity, political unrest in the neighboring countries, and so on. However, we must ensure that the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda is implemented in a way that minimizes its negative impacts and maximizes its benefits for all the Egyptians. Madam President, we urge the international community to support our efforts to implement the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Agenda in a sustainable and equitable manner. Thank you, Madam President and Honorable Secretary General and all the excellencies for cooperating. Shukran.
I thank